the Nearly Everything.
It's called Nearly Everything.
Welcome to the Nearly Everything, the podcast where we talk about nearly everything, but not quite. I realised that in the second episode, I didn't say that little extra bit.
Did you not?
No, but I think it's a good addition to it. So, I should keep doing it or not?
Well, the second one wasn't really a full-on episode, was it? It was a taster.
So your main job is introducing the podcast,
and I didn't
got it wrong on episode 2.
Yeah. What audience? Let us know.
No, I think that's good. I think that's good. I think have a catchphrase.
Catchphrase, yeah.
Just go bang.
Yeah, bang. Go.
Welcome to the Nearly of Everything, the podcast where we nearly talk about everything.
Yeah.
I'm your host, Ollie.
See,
I
thought
I'm doing him.
Oh, okay.
I was a bit monotone when I did.
All right, let's try again. Go.
Right.
Welcome to the Nearly Everything.
That's two.
That's too much.
It's not a circus.
Let's just get a dead.
Right, we've introduced it. They know what we're doing.
They know that this is episode 3.
It's episode 3.
They've clicked on it.
Right.
I'm going to have to do it in a mirror.
What do you mean a mirror?
I'm going to have to just repeat it into a mirror and try and get a good...
Well, like Robert De Niro?
Don't know who that is.
Okay.
What? Pardon? You don't know who Robert De Niro is?
No.
You honestly don't know?
I've recognised the name, but I don't know what it looks like.
Like one of the greatest actors of all time.
No, we could have told him anything.
No, I can't.
He was a politician, but now he's an actor.
He did a famous movie scene in a mirror, which you can research and then you can practice it for yourself.
The greatest actor of all time is Tom Hanks.
Right, anyway, today is...
What's wrong with that?
Well, I don't know about Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks is incredible.
That's a big shout.
He's good, but it's a big...
It's a wrong shout.
It's a big shout. It's a good shout.
It's a wrong shout.
Good shout.
It's a bad
best
shout.
Actor.
What's your favourite Tom Hanks movie?
There's too many.
What?
Big is good. He's in every good film.
Big.
Oh no, actually, let me change. There's another guy. What is his name? Hugh Grant.
Who?
Hugh Grant is not the best actor.
Are you a woman?
No, I love Hugh Grant. He's great.
So your two best actors are Tom Hanks from Big and Hugh Grant from anything.
From Love Actually. I bet you watch Love Actually every Christmas.
There's nothing wrong with that. I think he'd be a great Prime Minister. You know, like
you're confusing you're confusing films with real life.
Yeah, but he was so composed in that film, wasn't he?
He wasn't.
He's an
chatted
actor.
up his young girl in his office.
Well, that's true, yeah. But that's not got anything to do with politics, is it? So.
Well, he shouldn't have been doing it if he's Prime Minister.
I think he would be better than what we've got.
What have we got?
Well, to be fair, he probably would be.
He probably would be, yeah.
How is Hugh...
Right, anyway, so today is a bit of a side stories episode. We're going to be talking about whatever comes to our mind. I think a few of us have got some... We've looked at the news.
Yeah,
we've looked at common...
Do we want to tell them that our new we've kind of got a slight schedule?
We're almost professional.
Almost professional.
It's only because we've got Rich taking notes.
Yeah.
And I think he secretly loves to do all that. So I think that's his kind of baby, is the organiser part.
I think he enjoys it.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. So we're going to
loves a plan.
I do love a plan. Nothing wrong with a plan.
Nothing wrong with a plan.
Nothing wrong with a plan.
So the plan is what we've got proper release dates now. So every other Tuesday, there will be a Nearly of Everything podcast into your preferred platform, and 1 week will be some sort of specialist subject, and the next week will just be us chatting, a take on the news, whatever we find online, whatever we've seen around, and we're just basically going to be chatting about it.
Life experiences.
Life experiences. And
advice. I don't know. You've got to also say advice, because I think all 4 of us are quite wise.
We've had some more emails.
Have we?
Have you had any email? I've had a couple
I've not
of emails.
checked.
What?
Oh, for God's
sake. Check your email. This is...
So, yeah, here we are.
You've got all these expensive cameras, but you've not
even checked your
emails.
Also, we might have at least one person watching this. And if they've written to you...
Well, I've had 2 emails, so we've got 2 people watching.
There we go.
Why have they emailed you and not me?
Because they went to me directly.
Clearly
well, we clearly said in the last podcast, email nearlypod@gmail.com.
So you've got nothing in there?
Nothing.
Well, I've had 2. So the first one is from Ellis. Love your story about the conversation bust, and I agree that Thurstation should not be a word that is ever used. So I'm sorry, Ollie. Anyway, she went on also to say the original Pom Bears are the best, but the ones from Tesco's are also okay. Thanks a lot, Ellis.
It's good that someone else actually...
And well done, Ollie, for bringing...
Sat through the Pom Bear bit.
Got that far, because that was quite near the end. And well done, Ollie, for making some talking points. What else have we got? Matt sent us an email. Love the pod, really had me laughing. After your talk about the Guinness Book of Records, I decided to go to the bookshop and buy my daughter a copy. However, the bookshops in town were all sold out of the Guinness Book of Records.
Really?
Yep. So thanks, Matt.
It was that popular that we kind of inspired.
What's happened here is we've obviously influenced Matt, and we've also influenced, where does he live? Bristol, let's say. All the people of Bristol are rushing out buying
How have we not got paid for this then? Why don't you sort it out like a sponsorship deal?
Is that
Guinness Book of Records?
Is that the same
5%
Guinness?
of everything.
Is that the same Guinness as the drink?
No.
Or is it different?
What do you
That's
think
a good question, actually.
I don't think so. I'm putting it out there. They're not going to Sunday in the morning make stout and in the afternoon go around somebody's house and see what's the longest they've jumped.
What does Guinness sound? Is it a word for something then? The Guinness Book of Records.
They had one in when I was on holiday during the week. They had a shop and they had a statue of the tallest man in the world, was it? And he was outside the shop. So
actually there?
Yeah.
Well, he was a statue of him.
Oh.
It wasn't him, he's dead.
No, it's not him, he died.
No, he's not the tallest man in the
Unless
world
they stuffed
anymore,
and mounted him and randomly put him in Denmark.
There's been another one that just broke quite recently. The world's oldest dog, Bobby. 31 years.
I guess you could say that one's been brewing.
Oh, because it's Guinness? Or because it...
That's terrible.
That is awful. That is so bad, it's quite funny. Unless he's researched that for the last 3 weeks.
He's had that. He's been waiting for some more Guinness
that was
news.
totally like... I just came to me.
That was good, Ollie. That was good.
So
how many dog years is a year?
7, isn't it?
Well, I can tell you a bit more facts. He was 31 years and 165 days old. He lived in Portugal. He is dead. I'm sad to say Bobby has passed away. He lived in Portugal. Quite nice.
A lot of sun, that's probably why.
Yeah, despite outliving every other dog in history, he's 11,478 days on Earth would never be enough for those who loved him. Said veterinarian Karen, who met Bobby 7 times. Quite specific, 7
it's a
times.
bit soppy, that, isn't it?
I thought that was going to be from the owner. I didn't read the rest of that quite before I got it. Guinness had verified his age, 30 years. He sets a living, and this is quite nice. To honour Bobby's 31st birthday, celebrated in 2023, 100 guests were invited to celebrate the occasion, which was marked by eating meat and fish and a performance of a dance troupe.
Well,
not dog meat.
Better than if I get to that age. I'm over that age.
Go back to that woman.
It doesn't say what breed he was.
He looks like just a standard dog. If you look like a cartoon dog. Brown.
Standard brown.
So we'll go back to that woman who only met her 7 times. Who was that?
Karen.
Who's Karen?
She was a veterinarian.
Oh, so you only went to the vet 7 times and each time...
Well, maybe that's the case of life. Don't go there.
Maybe that's how she knows the record of precisely 7 times.
How many
Apple a day,
times
keep
has
the
yours
vet
been
away?
to the vet?
What's that?
How many times has yours been to the vet?
Oh, a good one. Only once last week. My wife overdosed our dog. We had it spaded and supposed to give her a quarter of a tablet for 3 days, and my wife thought it was 3 times a day, and so we wondered why the dog's all lethargic. It actually was worse. Honestly, we picked her up from the vet and she was all excited. 24 hours, knackered. Can't get on. Honestly, she's on the bed, she's lethargic, doesn't want to do anything. And then my wife phones me up. No, I come in from work, she's in tears. I said, what's that? I overdosed the dog. I read the packet wrong. So we went up the vets. Going to the vets, and I'm sure they're all on it, all vets, because you walk up, you go in there, and they're like, oh yeah, okay, I think we've got to keep her in for about 8 hours.
Yeah, probably only cost you about 700 quid.
No, I've got to give her some fluids. Oh, poor little cookie. And my wife's like, oh yeah, poor little cookie like that. It's like, okay, how much? 450 quid. And I was just like, just to give her some fluids. So there's part of me thinking, let's just see how he goes. I'm sure she'll be all right. But no, we had to pay £450. And then, claim it through the vet insurance. And we had to claim it go it to the vet, sign off, and they brought it back. And it just said, overdose. So we overdosed our dog. It cost us altogether 800 quid. So she doesn't have babies.
Brilliant.
Does she feel bad now? Or is she kind of like...
No, she's fine now. No, she's...
No, your wife, does she feel bad about...
No, not really.
No.
As long as it survives, it's okay.
That's fine.
So, so now the dog's still alive.
Well, the dog seems healthy wherever the dog is.
Oh, my coat.
Yeah,
On your coat.
On your coat. No, it's
Lethargic,
not. Is it overdosed? No, it's not overdosed.
It seems very relaxed today, though.
No, it's the drugs are worn off. She's all good now.
Okay, that's good.
We don't know how it died.
Bobby had trouble with walking and breathing. That's when you know something's coming to
I've
an end.
always
If
thought
you've got a problem with the breathing,
when people
Can't fix
people
that.
die, when they're like 100 and you die from natural causes, okay, what goes first? Is it your heart just stops? What
Dunno.
actually is it?
I don't think that's a thing. I don't
How do
think-
your body just shut down?
we need a seance. We need to find some dead people and to find out, hang on, did it just explode? Did your heart explode?
It's true though. Does anyone answer that question? You two
I don't think you know until it happens. Because if
I think you just shut down.
if you just die of natural causes,
just like-
you're not going to be
Nah.
No, things
monitored,
just
are you?
slow down and then
Oh,
stop.
do they?
Yeah.
Okay. That's morbid.
Well, on that,
Yeah,
morbid-
There you go. On that morbid episode. Up there.
Morbid
Well, you know,
episodes,
it's most people say I passed away peacefully in his
No, they don't
honesty.
say it.
They often don't say exploded at 10:45 a.m.
That would be a good way of going, though,
exploded
wouldn't it?
into
Oh,
14
it's not-
You just
pieces.
knew, he just exploded, combusted anywhere.
No, I imagine that would hurt.
No, you wouldn't know about it.
What exploded?
For a split second, you probably know.
No,
I think you
what
wouldn't-
exploded. What, your head goes over there, your brain goes over, and you think, oh, this hurts.
Maybe if your legs exploded, that would probably be quite painful.
Yeah. What if it didn't kill you though? Well, just like your legs went.
What if it didn't kill you?
I reckon being exploded probably kills you pretty
What if
quickly.
but just your legs went?
That'd be painful. That.
What is it? What is it? The animal that you say? Is it chicken?
Pigeons.
You can cut off a pigeon's head.
Oh,
a chicken.
Chicken.
You can
There was
cut
a
off
famous chicken called Mike, lived without an head. It's true. It's true. They've travelled him around America. Mike the chicken. They fed him with a little pipette.
Was he watching?
Wait,
David
you're
Attenborough
joking?
mushrooms?
No, I'm not
or something?
joking.
Sorry, I need to Google this one.
Wait, what is his name?
Mike. It's called Mike.
Mike the chicken.
Mike the chicken. Look it up. There we go. Right there. There we go. Mike the headless chicken.
What?
I know what I'm talking about. There we go. There's a little pipette. They're feeding him. He
How
was
can you
fine.
feed him?
Look,
He
there's
has
his
a
head.
head. What, anybody put it up his
No,
ass?
No, put it down his little throat tube.
He lived for 18 months without a
Yeah, they
head.
carted him around America. They made a lot of money out of
How
it.
did they lose his head in the first
He
place?
chopped it on. He's it was like, dinner's ready. Someone's coming around for dinner. Let's get a chicken.
Cause of death was quite bad.
Yeah.
Choked to death.
Yeah, I think I overfed him.
Yeah.
Ironically.
They choked the chicken.
What?
That's another word for masturbation, isn't
Yeah.
it? Okay.
Well, let's hope they didn't do that. Especially if the mother-in-law had come round or something for chicken. But yeah, there you go. So there you go.
I don't.
So a little bit like the world's tallest man. What have they done with the headless chicken? Was just make him go on?
They just made money out of him.
But what about his brain?
Don't matter. Your brain's mostly at the back of your head, isn't it? And your
Yeah,
spinal
but I
cord.
thought your brain is what keeps you.
Well, I imagine it's quite different for a chicken.
Yeah, but oh, no, I can't.
I'm with you. I'm the same theory. Like
See,
you.
that proves that science isn't real.
What?
Science is like if a chicken can survive 18 months. I'm sorry, some scientists got it wrong.
I know you live in Norfolk, but science is real.
It's,
What science have you heard talking about chickens without heads?
no, I always thought right. If your head gets cut off, you're dead.
If you, it's your neck. It's not your head.
Its brainstem survived.
Yeah.
I was brain stems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did it go then?
What do you mean? Where did it go?
The person with the axe made a really bad job of it.
I think he just went boom, missed a bit, and it's like, oh, hang on a minute,
Yeah.
I've got
Didn't get all of it.
to
And
wait
then-
a minute.
and then
He's
it was-
still walking around.
It was
Don't eat this chicken. It's going to make me a million.
it was pecking for food, and it gave him a glass of milk.
Was it the same guy?
Yeah. Yeah, look. So he
What do
tried-
you mean the same guy? The
The
tallest
same
man in
guy
the
that chopped
world?
his head off.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
he-
assume the farmer owned it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
I
tried,
feel like this is a dream. This can't be real.
he
why
tried
did
to
I hear about
behead the
this?
chicken,
Yeah.
missed, got most of the head, so then saw it
Was
was
he a
pecking for
butcher then
food.
or
And kept,
something?
no, it's just
a
farmer.
I think.
Carried on. It carried on doing whatever chickens do, but without a head. And so he thought, I'm
Oh,
going
it's
to care
not,
for
it's
this.
not pecking.
Yeah, he was trying to peck. That's a motion. It was trying to peck. So
We
yeah.
just stump him.
So how can you go and watch these? How can you go and see these?
I think he
chickens
just
around the
chucked
world?
it in a car and drove it around America.
Yeah, that's got
Well,
to
I
be.
just got off at a traffic light and said, "Oh, I've got chicken here. Give me the ball." Have a
Turned
look.
up at town. What was back in the day? When
To
if back in the day, if you turned up at a random town in America with like some sort of,
Freak
well, I
chicken.
don't want to use the word freak, but an object.
Yeah, but where would you put it? Would
If
you sit in the theatre or would you just be
Would
busking
you
with
put it in
it?
the back window?
If some-
probably.
if-
It's just
if
got a
someone
big
sh-
arrow pointing at
If
it.
someone showed up outside the forum and said, "I've got a headless chicken," I'd go see that.
I'd go and see that.
Yeah, would
I'd
you
go see
pay?
that.
Would you pay to go and see it?
Yeah.
Probably because you think, "What
Would
the
you?
hell is this?"
Wouldn't you?
Yeah, but it's like saying, God, Rich, I've got a headless chicken in here. If either of you want to have a look at it.
Well, when you say it like that, you sound like an absolutely. That sounds a bit suspicious.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. That's not gonna.
Creeping off behind in a dark alley, talking about your head.
The way you did that.
Can you imagine that? On
I don't know. Anyone not watching on video won't get quite how creepy Ollie looked.
Well, no, it's the same thing. Like,
I
don't think he walked around.
Can you imagine that in the nightclub? Outside the nightclub, he said, "Hey mate, come in the back here. What you got in this chicken?
Yeah,
In this chicken and some marijuana."
I don't think he walked around with it under his coat. I think he had like a circus act and he's like exhibited it.
oh my god!
You say you wouldn't go and see it, but this is giving us 5 minutes.
I can't believe what we're talking about. A headless chicken.
There you go. Look, it is the nearly of everything. Anything can come up in
we
the show.
do try and educate people.
We try and educate people, yeah.
Right, well there you go.
There's part of me, sorry to go back to it, there's part of me that's thinking it can't be that hard to chop off a chicken's head.
Well, someone should try. You think someone else should try and recreate Mike? Well, I think Mike's a pretty bit one-off. It was a very lucky shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then if you're going to buy 100 chickens and just keep trying, you've got 1 in 100.
But then you become a chicken murderer.
Yeah.
I could live with that. I just want to discuss the new Apple goggles. Is anybody thinking of getting them?
Do you see how much they are?
$2 grand,
can't
isn't
afford-
I think they're like $4,000.
Maybe like
$4
grand.
grand.
Yeah, but
I can't afford that.
For what?
But it's going to be the future.
For what?
Have you seen what it is? Have you seen the videos of people wearing them?
Yeah,
It's like your iPhone screen,
Yeah.
and you're just doing what you do on your phone.
But
No,
you're wearing
it's
goggles.
not your iPhone screen.
It is. It's
People-
like contacts, WhatsApp.
I think you gotta have all that on there, but I think it will be kind of like virtual reality.
But if you remember, 3D was going to be the big thing. Sky used to do 3D.
Do you remember those
that
3D
failed.
football matches?
Yeah.
Absolute rubbish.
It failed.
Wearing
but
those glasses in the car.
I think they're going to stick. The minute Apple get behind something like that,
Have you not seen there's the Sky Sports version of it?
It'll hurt people's eyes eventually.
Quick part of the goggles.
Yeah.
Burglaries will go up.
Why?
Because no one's looking around. Everyone's got goggles on their faces.
Okay, so you see, all right. So
His
you
horses will go through the roof.
You know those things. I tell you what. Back in the what was it? The late '80s, early '90s. I think Daily Mail did like one of them. 89 quid flight to France and back.
Yeah.
Everyone did it. Old Street did it. Fucking Old Street got robbed because no one had any money, and everyone took you had to collect little vouchers. And all the crims knew what was going on. They was coming around. Oh, they've all bought Daily Mail.
All right.
Oh, it's at the Benidorm this week, is it? Let's go leaping well close. Rip them off. Everyone's going to be sat in goggles. Your dog's going to get nicked. Your house is going to burn down around you. Yeah, fires will go up. Oh,
No,
it's
you're not
gonna
going
be
to
a
get
disaster.
nicked because the robbers are going to have their goggles on too.
Did you
Fuck yeah.
did you buy the specialist 3D stuff when Sky were like, oh, let's watch 3D football? Did you buy the stuff for that? Because that was the next big thing.
I think you're talking. This is like next level stuff with technology. When Apple and everybody's behind it.
Yeah. I think it's going to be big,
I don't.
but I don't know how big.
I think there'll come a point like iPads. People are like, wow, look at this, and you start going, what do they actually do that phone doesn't do?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do anyone use an iPad for anything? I use one for work because I have to, but it's like it's pretty much the same as a phone.
What do you think of? I same as a laptop. I'd rather use a laptop.
Yeah.
Like the Apple are like, oh, iPads are the next
For what?
laptops.
My
I'd
wife-
much rather use a laptop.
I've seen now Apple are trying to sell me an iPad, and for an extra 300 quid, they'll sell me a keyboard. Isn't that just a laptop?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because the laptop's 200 quid cheaper.
And the keyboards actually have a trackpad on them.
Yeah, it's exactly the same, isn't it?
So it's like,
It's probably the same.
I'll just get it in one thing, please.
So what do we think of AI? Like, if it's going to be goggles, or if it's not going to be goggles, I think AI is still coming. We can already use it for stuff.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Deep fake. I think all that is worrying. You see them Taylor Swift pictures of like deep fakes. Did you see all them?
I didn't.
Yeah, they've
been going around forever. It's
poses and
I did a quiz on the BBC's website where it's like real or not, and I got about 4 out of 7 right.
Yeah.
That worried me.
Getting pretty
That's
close.
scary,
isn't it?
actually. Yeah.
That's worrying.
Do you use it for photos at all, Ollie? Do you ever use a bit of AI? Like get rid of
I do actually. Yeah.
I get rid of the
And
odd,
actually,
I get rid of the odd fire extinguisher.
I'm going to be using it for the podcast.
So can you do that on photo then? You take a picture and
So-
You can like circle a fire extinguisher and then say room. One thing I've noticed on like Photoshop is you used to be able to remove people.
Yeah.
I don't know you do it anymore. I think someone must have.
Does it
stopped.
not?
There's stuff.
I've stopped. I think removing people seems to be a no. So AI, we're talking about like
Well, how would you
driverless cars.
How would you define AI? Because I would say,
I mean, artificial intelligence is
apart from the description, like what it actually is, I'd say it's anything that's like created using influences from something else.
Can it be stopped now?
No,
I
don't think it'll be allowed to be
I
stopped.
think someone might have a bit of a handle on it.
How could they stop it?
It's
Turn it off.
It's like a virus.
Turn it off.
Well, not, but I think people could easily use it as a tool against the world.
When it reaches a certain point, it will be useful for, I would imagine, big companies because it will save on jobs and money in that respect.
And it's so
it'll be useful.
widely...
Yeah.
But in the wrong hands, it can probably launch a bomb.
So it could get into the stage, really. In 80 years' time,
scary.
everybody could just not work.
It will become a problem.
It's 80, it's mental how quick it is becoming now. Is that a little guest star?
Guess the appearance of Cookie. Cookie Crumble Cornish. Her name is Cookie Crumble. Right. Asukama.
Oh, she's got
Well
instructions in Spanish.
That's the only Spanish I know, apart from Donde está el baño and Asukama. Where's the toilet? And come on, Asukama. Good girl.
What's that? Go away.
Asukama. No, get in the basket.
Au revoir.
That's not
French.
French.
I think they like the French.
Wait, what's the Spanish for bye?
Adios.
Adios.
Adios, Cookie.
That made her come into
Well,
the
you
room.
just talking about dog cunt.
No.
You just said cunt.
No,
Yeah,
I
I'm sure he said
said
that.
that made her come here.
Oh, okay, all right. Sorry, Cookie. Very abusive towards you. I know that it's horrible. All right, sorry. Where were we?
I'm not the one who wants to eat her kind.
What if it was a stray?
I wanted to talk about driverless cars because obviously that's AI that I think is being used
technology
right now, and will probably be something we see in the next 2 or 3 years.
I think it'll be longer than that.
They're in America.
They're in America already. They're roving around.
Are they?
Yeah, I think they might even be in England in some places.
But
Taxis, Ubers.
They're trying them, but in America they killed someone.
There must be so much health and safety.
Bit of a problem in a trial, that.
Well, that's the thing, because if you're in a driverless car that's AI, if you're about to have a crash, if you're going to hit a bus or hit a tree, is it going to kill the driver to preserve?
I don't know. Is it going to be like electric cars when like half electric, half petrol? Can you actually still get in the car and drive it?
Well, we sort of do now.
Well, yeah, I think you can still drive it. I think the idea is that you'll be able to override it, but in the meantime, it's like it's making all these decisions.
It will be quality because it means you could just lie in the back of the car.
It will, but the car is also then responsible for you, and it could make a decision that
but
actually says, you know what, we're better off losing Phil than we are losing.
Yeah, but a car and AI and Elon Musk, who are doing all this, put my hands up, are more intelligent than me. I would trust them more than my own head.
I'm not convinced about Elon.
What's that?
I'm not convinced about Elon.
Why not?
I don't think he's all that.
Well, I'm created PayPal, created
as a team.
Tesla.
As a team.
Okay, well, Elon Musk, we can't say that. We might get him, he might be listening to this, takes one retweet, million listeners. Now you don't like him.
I don't care.
You've not even met the guy.
I'm not the only one.
Who else?
What, that doesn't like him?
If he retweets this podcast,
he doesn't retweet. He gets tagged.
How many tweets have we had?
He gets tagged millions of times a day. Mostly people saying Twitter.
I think Twitter is now. He comes across as a nice guy.
Twitter is now shit.
He's a family guy. I like him.
He doesn't like freedom of speech.
No, I like him. You guys, you two are sitting on the fence here. Come on,
I don't know
much about him. He'll like Elon Musk.
No,
please say you've heard of him.
I've heard of him, but I do a bit of stock trading, just for a bit of fun.
Yeah.
And I thought it was wise to buy some in Tesla.
Yeah.
And it just went down.
Yeah, so you don't like him now?
Because they catch fire.
Maybe that's just down to the stock market going up and down?
No, I just blame it on Elon.
What about you? Am I alone here? Do you like him?
Couldn't care less.
All right, so
everyone can have a hero.
Yeah, all I'm just saying, I think he's more intelligent than me, and I would trust him more.
He's more intelligent than any of us.
Yeah. I think we could.
No, I think he's got a good team.
Well, then he's good at hiring.
You saying you're more intelligent than him?
No, I just think he's got a good team.
I think I'm better at photography than he is.
Yeah.
What's that got to do with it?
Well, it's just I'm better at him than something.
Yeah, but he's probably because you're a photographer. He's probably better at designing cars than you are.
Does he design the car? Does he
I
have a
don't
team?
think he does design the cars.
We're going off Elon Musk here massively. We're destroying his character, the poor guy.
No,
All I'm just saying is,
I don't think we
doing a
need to.
driverless car, he's going to be. I will trust him.
Okay.
I will trust him to lie.
If we forget the Elon Musk stuff,
Yeah.
Is it that different already from cruise control?
Well, yeah, because cruise control isn't making decisions.
And you don't.
Well,
yeah,
it brakes and accelerates.
It brakes based on what's in front of it.
It's
Whereas a
adaptive
driverless
cruise control,
car,
that.
And then you add the cameras, which I don't like, where you do the reversing and it beeps when it thinks it's near a wall, even though it's miles away from it. So you've got those two components already. So it's not that different.
I do think that sometimes, like, you've not even looked at any technology apart from your phone for the last 15 years. So, like, what's out there? Don't be so sceptical. Planes are in the air all the time.
And
There's planes all the
automatic.
time, and there's like one crash every 3 years.
And they're
okay,
automatic.
planes have been going on for what, 50, 60 years.
Yeah.
So they can easily do a car. They could easily do a car. It's
Well,
it's like a tram. It's like the underground. When's the last smash on the underground? It's just smaller, and you go you get in the car like that, go on your bed, relax, like that.
I think my question wasn't on whether they could do it. It was on the morality of a non-human brain making decisions. So that car, let's just say you've hit some ice.
Yeah.
The car's making decisions. The car thinks, hang on a minute, I've got Phil in the car.
Yeah.
No, let's just say I've got Rick in the car. Single guy. All my
What's marital status got?
Well, it has something to do with it. It has something to do with it because it knows who I am. It's got all my details. Single guy, 41 years old. We're careering. I've got to adjust the brakes. Hang on a minute. There's a bus there, and it's got a pregnant lady on it, and it's got 2 school kids on it, and there's a tree there, and
Kill Rick.
Because it has to make that decision.
That is actually.
It has to make that decision.
Yeah, but I think that's going to be.
And that is going to come in. So, do you trust a non-human brain to look after you when it has to make these decisions? I think that's quite scary. I think it's probably the right thing to do.
I don't think he'll go into that much detail of.
I think it has to. I think it has to. Eventually
it will.
It will eventually, though. It has to.
Yeah, but that's not a bad thing then, isn't it?
Well, it's not. No, but
so
who programs it to make the decision in the first place? Who?
Well, if it's AI, it will learn.
Who is becoming God?
Elon Musk.
I don't know. It's all back down to
That's
it.
true, yeah.
The Chinese.
He's responsible though, isn't he?
No, I don't think
There'll be it won't just be Tesla doing it. They'll all do it eventually.
I'm not sure Tesla are even doing the ones in America. I think it's like Volkswagen and people.
I think no, I'm not for that. It's the same as it's the same things like flying cars. Why hasn't that happened yet?
Oh, when I was a kid, I always thought that was going to happen.
Yeah, Back to the Future. But this stage, you would have thought it'd be a hell of a lot easier.
The Jetsons.
Oh, sorry, I've got to stop doing that. There we go. That's not going to happen anymore.
You know when you thought of a flying car, it was always like the DeLorean and stuff from Back to the Future. And then when you see the ones that people have made, they look like something that's left in a skip or something. They look like fucking awful, massive,
They have those bubble
folding things, bubble roof. It's like a cross between the Jetsons and Scrap Heap Challenge. It's just like that's not going to be mass produced.
But jets must be easy enough to do.
Yeah, but
I
you
think
said
jets
that
use
thing.
an awful amount of fuel.
But you said
Do
those
they?
people
Yeah.
do jetpacks,
Yeah.
and they can barely get off the ground.
Yeah, they look terrifying. You don't want to be whizzing around.
I
with
just
one
think
of
we need to
They've got them in
get on
Wales.
it more with technology and start rolling
Yeah.
things like this out.
I'm not sure I want to give.
When you drive this car, you could get in there at 8 o'clock. Say you want to go Blackburn away. Type in Blackburn. Sit
You
there,
see,
relax.
This is where I've got a new idea.
I'm not convinced
What?
about
Hang on.
giving robots.
This is a great idea, right?
Yeah.
So it means that instead of cars, there's like rails across the country,
Yes.
and there's
trains.
there's no trains.
Oh, okay.
There's no buses. There's no
Trams.
there's no taxis or anything.
Yeah.
And all the cars are like pods. So no one has a car. You just like book out a pod, like you book out a taxi.
Like a bus.
So you kind of
a
schedule
bus.
in this like central thing.
It's a bus.
Like, my destination is here, and
bus.
I'm leaving here. And then you kind of get that pod, and that pod comes to you.
It's a taxi.
No, but it's a taxi that's like self-driven. So it's kind of like a train crossed
Describing
with
a taxi.
No, it's like a taxi crossed with a train.
This is an Uber.
No, it's not, because it's not driven by anyone.
Why are they on rails?
It's not. It's
Why are they on rails?
It's automatic.
How can they be on rails if you can call them to your house?
Because there's going to be rails across.
So hang on, you've got to dig rails across all of England.
Yeah.
So
what's powering them?
The entire floor of England and Britain
is now rails.
Is rails.
Yes.
There's your first problem.
Yeah.
So every house has got rails going to it.
No, every single place. Because what happens if you want to go down the shops? You just call a pod to take you off to Tesco.
Well, maybe it's like self-driving cars, but like taxis. But like, so there's only self-driving cars on the road. So like, you just call a pod. So say you want to go to Tesco.
Well, this pod idea is what's confusing me. Why are they not cars?
Because originally they're going to be on rails.
Why are they on rails?
Yeah, the rails is the problem.
Because I thought then that's easier than roads to.
So you've got roads at the moment. You've got driverless cars. Why are you building rails?
Rails would just be easy to go.
Do you think it's like Wallace and Gromit where the pod goes on and they just lay the rail in front of it?
You're thinking of bumper cars.
Are you saying if somebody did come up with this idea,
yeah.
would there be more rails than there is roads now?
No, I'm just saying, so it's like, forget about cars.
When did you last watch Wallace?
All right, no, hang on. No. Forget about cars, they're gone, all right?
Yeah. Forget about trains.
Right, they're gone.
Buses, gone.
Right, we'll sell them all.
Trams, they're gone.
Right, everything's gone. We've got
and there's these
planes.
What about roads? Are they gone?
Roads?
Yeah, roads.
See, that's kind of, whoever designs it, that's kind of their... So we'll
that's for the boffins to decide.
We'll call them pods for now, whether it's on rails or it's on the roads. It doesn't matter, but you book a pod, and this pod gets delivered to you. You load your stuff into the pod, and say you want to go to the Lake District, you go to the Lake District.
I get all that.
That is an unmanned car.
That's a taxi again. It's a taxi.
But an unmanned taxi.
Yeah,
no one has an actual car themselves.
But the thing we can't get past. These rails.
Yeah, how are you building the rails?
Well, because I was thinking
you've kind of glossed over the rails.
You don't need the rails.
Yeah, but it's easier than a self-driving car.
Why?
Because it just sticks to the rails.
Yeah, it's just stick to the roads.
But the entire floor of Britain has to be rails in this case.
We've already got the roads.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's harder to have self-driving cars on country roads, isn't it?
Why?
Rails?
Why are you putting rails on? What? I don't.
You've been watching.
This was just a suggestion to.
Have you actually?
What's your suggestion? I'd love to hear your guys.
Well, everything you just said, but with cars.
I just think that you've been watching Wallace and Gromit where it's going along. It puts the track down in front as it's going along. That's what you've come up with.
No, it's not like that. It's different. It's like.
I think you've got a hamster in your head over a wheel.
It's just pods. It's not pod shape. Just pod is the name of the.
What's wrong with just a normal car, or a bus, or a train, or a tram? What's wrong with that? Because if you get on a train, you ain't doing anything.
Trains are already on rails.
Yeah, they're already on rails. So you got that.
And they hold quite a lot of people.
I don't know what it solves.
And a tram,
you don't
pretty
know
much the same.
It's just an idea that I had. Okay, say we moved.
No. I think
to Mars.
I think if you
develop.
develop.
Now we're on Mars.
That's a good one.
I think you need to.
Hang on, we're on Mars. We're on Mars.
Okay.
So say we move to Mars, there's no roads or anything.
No.
And you just build rails to every single building. And then if you want like a taxi, if you want to go somewhere, you just call this like
pod. 1-800-pod.
This pod, you like dial into this system and this pod comes to you like a lift.
It's going to go, where are you going on Mars?
It'd be like a lift, across with a lift.
Well, forget there's no oxygen. But we'll have a pod.
It would kind of be a bit easier. I can see his point because
starting from scratch.
Not now because it's actually all the work.
We've got too many different stages of different kind of technology. So you can't have a self-driving car on a single like country road where it's like one car width. Because what's the car going to do then?
Well,
like, where are you going to get to the
cars
point?
Are coming towards it.
Yeah, but where are you going to get to the point where you have to go up on the verge and the other car has to go up on the verge and you have to inch past each other with like millimetre precision? A self-driving car's not going to do that.
I think that's exactly what they do.
But it's not going to, because you, like sometimes you scratch your car because you go so close to the bush. A self-driving car is going to sit there like, I'm not doing this. It's not going to work unless you start from scratch and have like, new rails. Just another system, because I know it sounds stupid, but when you start thinking about,
I think it's very wise.
Like country roads, because there's many like in Norfolk, isn't there, where you have to really squeeze past each other. A robot's not going to just go for it. Yeah. Like a sandwich. You're sandwiching the cars together. What is the solution to that? A car is not going to mount the curb. A car's not going to go into a field, into like a tractor's kind of
I think
entrance
you're ahead
to a
of your
field.
time.
So we're like,
or way behind your time.
Yeah,
Rails
we've
have been
just
done.
but then roads are then made for like minis in like back in like 19.
It'd be a little bit like Milton Keynes. You know, it's all
Yeah,
done
you
in
need a new
square,
city built out
and
of
you
a grid
just
system.
pod
Yeah,
everywhere.
but then that's horrible. That's horrible to live in.
Hang on, don't criticize. We might have listeners in
Milton Keynes is really good for shopping.
Yeah, but
I thought we were talking about Mars.
not just Milton Keynes, but a
Yeah, hang on,
city.
we were on Mars a minute ago. No, we're in Milton Keynes.
No, I'm just saying a city with like blocks is horrible to live in.
Barcelona's like that.
New York's
it's
quite
like-
nice.
New York, Glasgow.
Barcelona.
Whenever I
lovely
visit
city.
them, I don't
Glasgow.
like them.
Why not?
Like I like
You've got
Norwich.
something about
What's wrong with
square.
Barcelona?
It's two blocks.
What, Barcelona?
I've not been to Barcelona to be fair.
Lovely.
But I'm not a fan of the block lifestyle.
Why not?
I'd rather have like bits dotted all over the place rather
No, I
than like
get
if
that.
You've got something against
you have
rectangles
straight
or
roads
squares?
everywhere. But then you need that. You almost need to start again. I don't know. It's just. But then you lose all your heritage. It's just a bit of a tough. It's an impossible situation
Unless we're on Mars.
Unless there's a meteor and we all go to another planet.
Okay.
I feel like I was.
well,
that was a kind of.
you know,
My
you went
brain's
somewhere.
gone.
No,
Yeah,
I
I went
thought I do kind of.
I
I can see your theory, and it is correct. I just don't think it's manageable in this country.
Well,
I've got a feeling some of that will get cut.
I don't know if it will.
I think all of that is.
I think a lot of people would learn
There's-
from that. I think a lot of people can learn
I'm-
from
I'm-
Ollie's mind. That's a compliment.
Maybe we do need Elon Musk to listen to this, and because he's so rich, I'm just.
I don't
cementing
think
that
you've
idea
probably
in
not
his head.
thought of it.
No.
Rails. Well, there is another solution, actually. A country that is not quite going along the same road. So maybe Ollie might understand this. New Zealand.
They've gone off the rails.
They haven't gone off the rails. I mean, they might have because they are teaching dogs to drive.
To drive?
Yeah, this is more dog news, actually. New Zealand have started teaching dogs to drive. The first graduate was Monty, a giant schnauzer. He's
Giants now.
He's quite big, and he's taken to the wheel of a new Mini after 7 weeks of training.
I'm sorry, they have gone off the rails with that. Dogs driving.
They're driving.
Would
in
you,
New
would you
Zealand now.
drive? Would you let a dog drive you if it was a
Right.
taxi? Why not? AI or a dog?
What if I had to choose between them? It's a choice, isn't it?
It's not a choice. It'd be AI. And they wouldn't let a bloody dog drive you.
Well, if the dog is trained,
The training involves.
Is this serious?
I trust
It's
the
serious.
dog.
That's a true story. Training
No.
involves earning treats for repeated actions. They start on the gears, so it's like I've seen the videos.
Well, in that case, I trust the dog if it's been
They
trained.
basically, it's repeating. They teach them the gears. Then they move up to they sort of put them on like a wheelchair with a steering
Yeah.
wheel. They teach them like repair.
but this can't.
No,
No,
this
and
is
then they
not
get
real.
and then they get their keys. Right, it is basically
How
yeah.
do they grab the wheel? They ain't got thumbs.
They do this like a seal.
And how have they got money for
Nah.
a car?
Well, I think someone gets it for. This is a charity. A charity you buy the car for. They take in dogs in kennels who are waiting to be adopted, and they thought it'd be easier to rehome the dogs if they can show how intelligent they are.
Mind you, there's that film with the orangutan that
No.
drives
This
the
isn't
motorbike.
the total. Later in the month, I'll tell you what. Later in the month, 3 of the dogs will be taken.
So what
a
do
driving
they
test.
do? Like you go to the kennels and it's oh look at that dog. Oh yeah.
I might not like him,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
he's
It's really bloody ugly. It's only got
he's got
2
his li- yeah, he's
legs,
got his license.
but it can drive you down the
He's got
path.
his license. And later in the month, 3 of the dogs will be taking their driving test live on television.
No more designated drivers.
Actually,
Yep.
I will choose a dog because dogs are loyal.
Yeah, but
I'll show you a picture. There's a picture of Monty
Brilliant.
driving the car.
I do not trust that.
It's true. It's actually that's a story from the BBC. That we know that.
Oh, it's got to be true. It's
It's
got
gotta
to
be
be
true.
BBC.
No, that's true. There's we can go on there. We'll put this on our Instagram page. There's a picture of
Look
Monty.
at him. Look at him.
Hey, look how happy he is.
He's
He's driving. He's got a mini Clubman, so he's actually got quite a good car. And he's out driving now
The world has gone
in New
mad.
Zealand.
That is mental.
He's going around Auckland with his convertible, with his bitches in the back.
You can say that without getting in trouble.
How long did it take you to pass your test, Ollie?
See, I was during COVID. So,
Well, what difference does that make?
No, so I had to
Wasn't allowed out.
Tidy your roads, I suppose.
I had to go around driving with a mask on, like in the driving lessons, not just on
Yeah.
with my dad or anything.
Well, they actually carried the lessons on during COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
I thought they stopped.
You have the
all
window
that.
No, they did.
down.
Had the windows down, yeah.
Did you
And
pass?
then on the actual test, I think. Oh, I did have a mask on the test. Yeah, I did pass first time.
Oh, well done.
Same as Monty.
Same, yeah. Same.
So you, me, and Monty are all first.
I was
time
6.
Yeah.
It took me
6 times?
Yeah.
6.
Yeah.
Remind me never to go in the car with you.
I used to just get I used to get really nervous, and I remember I used to put my foot on the clutch, and I used to be shaking like this, and the clutch like this.
I got told that the examiner had never heard anyone swear as much as when I did it. Yeah. Because you know, like when you panic all the time.
Yeah.
I was just doing that like every time. Shit, I got that wrong. Fuck, I've done that wrong all the way around it. And they went, yeah, you've passed, but I've never heard anyone swear as much as you.
I panicked on the roundabout my first test.
Yeah.
I ran it 7
You what?
times.
7
Yeah,
times?
failed.
No wonder.
Didn't know what I
Why 7 times? Why did you keep
I was thought I was safe on the roundabout, and if I get off it, I don't know what I'm doing. I lost all sense of direction. It was like second exit. I was like, which one is it? I don't know. So I just kept going round.
See, you don't know which one you're so dizzy. It's like second exit. Which one is it? Which one is it?
So I thought I might have failed, and then he was like, "Yeah."
I guess when you're on the roundabout,
we can go back now.
They can't say second exit. It's like, which exit? Do you mean that one? Including that one? Or was that the first exit? Is that there's the third exit?
I think you might be able to miss it once, but not 7 times.
Do you reckon you could pass your test again if you did it?
Yeah, easily.
Well, with all the habits you picked up.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I'm not
much easier.
I don't think I could.
I'm not convinced I could.
I want to know more about his dogs in New Zealand story, guys. I want to.
Well, we've got to wait till they go live on television, so I don't know when.
So when is it? Are you sure this is not April Fools?
No, I checked the date. It was.
So when? What is
5th
it?
of December.
5th of December 2012, and we've got to wait till they go on live
I didn't see
television.
it was 2012. That was on the BBC this
It
week.
might be Bobo, the old dog we was talking about earlier.
So 7 of the dogs might have died.
No, you would have known by that. Now, Uber would have been all over.
We'll have to put it on the Instagram.
On the Instagram, we'll have a look at whether any of these dogs manage
Why don't
to
we
get
do
their,
live
get their
footage? Why don't
licence.
I get my dog now? We'll get some treats.
You seem
Get
keen
her out
on
in the
this.
car and see what she does.
Would
You
she
seem
reach the
keen.
pedals?
No, probably not. She's a bit too small, bless her.
You seem keen
I
on
would
that.
honestly, I would rather like a 10-year-old drive me than a dog.
When you see the video of the dogs,
Dogs are
they
loyal.
are quite good. They
They're
are quite
sniffer
good.
dogs. What about you? What about if you was sniffer dogs are good?
I'm guessing it's an
It's a
automatic.
dog though.
I think it is an automatic.
Yeah, it's got to be an automatic.
Yeah,
Is
look,
it
there's a
an
picture.
automatic?
Yeah. There's a picture
What?
of Monty driving.
It's got a radio behind
There
it.
he goes. He's driving.
That's radio.
He's not looking at the.
He's looking
forward.
at the front. There he goes. He's got a better car than I've got.
He's red. That's radio
You've
control.
got to put this online.
There we go. There's him learning to do the gears.
It would take a
You
while
know.
to get there, wouldn't it?
This is radio. It's got to be
In a
radio
minute,
control.
he's on some sort of, learning the gears. So forward, back there. He's in a little wheelchair. This Monty's loving it. Look, he's cruising. He's got one hand on the wheel. This is we'll put this. There we go. I'll put this on the Instagram page. There we go.
Who even thought that was a good idea? Do you know what I mean? It's like take it out for what should we do with the dog today? I don't know. Fuck it. Let's teach it to drive. Give it a few treats. See what happens.
Who was the first person who thought they'd be a good guide dog?
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Someone at one point thought,
Yeah, but come on, guide dog. We're taking the blinder around due to the smell because dogs have got good noses. But you
still-
didn't think, oh, actually no, this dog's got a good smell.
but dog-
Let's put it in the back of our Mitsubishi and see what happens.
See, Monty's quite tall. I can get a giant schnauzer. I'm not sure I'd want a Jack Russell.
no, a chihuahua trying to drive
Yeah,
a bit
that
of
wouldn't
a
be great. He looks like he's
Great Dane would be
What does
good.
it do when it needs a shit? It's
But-
just shit in the car.
Just like
goes to the
us.
service station.
Just like us. What do you do?
Yeah, but you don't see going to the service station. You don't see like, oh, the bloody, I need a poo. Oh, the door's locked. Oh, there's a dog in there. Sorry, mate, with his cap on.
Look, 5 minutes ago you didn't know dogs could drive.
Yeah, now they're passing their tests in New Zealand.
I'd be safer with that.
I've
Feel
never
safer
seen
with
a
that.
dog at a
What if they
petrol
saw a
pump.
cat whilst they're driving?
They're trained.
You're like, going on the motorway. Woof, 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 woof. You see it come over the field and it just keeps going and going and going. And it wasn't even a cat, it was a rabbit.
I guess he'll get 6 points on his license and have to do the test again.
Or like if you put on like a pedigree, like lorry with dog food in it.
Here you go, dogs in New Zealand.
Well,
They got their license.
that is, you got to put that video on.
We'll put that on,
Instagram.
We'll
Dogs,
put that on
dogs
our
driving.
we'll put that on our Instagram.
Honestly, my faith in humanity is, I can't believe that is a thing. Dogs driving.
There we go.
This is
I think it's a
Is
little,
this-
I think it's a little bit unfair on the cats.
this episode. This has to be a dream. Like a headless chicken and dogs driving.
I thought he was going to talk about travel and stuff. This is better, probably. To
That's
be
like
perfectly
what-
honest with you.
Dogs
guys.
driving and a headless chicken.
this is the content. This is what real people want.
This is what people want to hear about.
They don't
a practical
they don't
joke.
Want they don't want to hear about wars. They don't want to hear about tax. They don't want to hear about all the bad stuff in life. They want to know the shit that's really important, stuff like this.
I don't know. I can talk. I'm speechless. Like,
Is it blowing your mind?
blown my mind.
Are you going to say this on the next date?
I'm gonna have to bring it up.
Have you got a dog? Can you drive?
Yeah, I've got a dog actually. You've got a big dog.
Yeah, she's got a dog that can drive. I mean, for a start, that's coming on our podcast.
I think she's got a dog.
Why don't we get a dog on here
What?
and ask her about driving?
Well, we've got a dog in there.
Do you want me to go and get her and ask her?
I think we'll then hit a new low.
But she's little, so we've already established little.
Yeah, but
dogs.
you can small cars.
Cookie, can you
You
drive?
don't have to be
You're suggesting a mini.
a mini. Yeah, a mini for cooks. No, I wouldn't trust her. If she said to me, "Woof woof, let's go up the road for some groceries," I'd be like, "No, not getting in your car."
If she's trained.
No, I still wouldn't get in. Yeah, I'm a bit of a control freak when it comes to driving, so my wife don't even drive.
That's fair enough.
Sounds like it.
No,
Taking
that's
6
fair
times to pass.
Yeah,
That is fair enough.
yeah.
So what do we think? Dogs driving? No.
No, I'll give it a pass.
I don't think you should limit a dog's capabilities, and if they feel confident enough and they want to grow in as a dog into our society better, why not? Why not give them a crack? I don't think you can just say.
Why am I agreeing with this?
Yeah, I think you can't just say dogs. All you got to do is just roll in fox shit, chase cats, and bark. I think if they want to go to the next level,
I trust their loyalty.
Well, they've been pulling sleds
it's
for a
mental.
while. Why not drive a
dogs are very
Lexus?
loyal.
They
I
are.
always say if I locked her in a cupboard for 6 hours and I locked my wife in the cupboard for 6 hours, if I opened both the cupboard doors at the same time, the dog would be really excited to see me. My wife would divorce me.
I reckon your wife would leave with the dog. So.
No, but if they're in the cupboard at the same... No, if they're in the same cupboard,
But if
they wouldn't, because she'd be stroking it.
If you take it back to the AI argument,
Yeah.
your dog driving you is going to try and protect you. Your AI might kill you to save someone else.
Yeah, so a dog actually would be out to protect its master.
Yeah.
Could be more reliable than the AI.
Dog's more loyal.
That is a good point.
That is a good point,
Dog is more
actually.
loyal.
So we've discovered that dogs might be the better option for driving. If we go to Mars, Ollie's your man. And if you've got a chicken, chop its head off. Because you might earn some money.
Right, I guess we'll see you all on the, or hopefully all of you, and many more on the next episode.
So next episode, where we're going to talk about travel.
Talk about travelling, yeah.
Yes, we're going to talk about travel.
We've got a subject to talk about. So
An actual subject,
Yeah.
in nearly of everything fashion, we probably won't talk about travel that much. But
No.
I'm sure there'll be some
We'll
animals
probably-
involved.
Say the word travel once, and then talk about something completely random.
Right.
But yeah,
Much love.
we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.